WorkFlow can capture printed or handwritten documents from a scanner or email attachments. These documents can then be attached to a transaction or put in WorkFlow documentation management system. Basically, it's an electronic file cabinet, and or it can recognize the actual characters and fill in the transaction. Error rate is a little bit higher with handwritten for recognizing characters. Document management, the electronic file cabinet, provides secure access to structured and unstructured data. Key features include version control, access control, notifications, approval workflows, collaboration, and enterprise archiving. You can also electronically sign your documents and restrict access to confidential corporate documents. The workflow feature, which is an automation tool, automates the task or processes with or without multi-levels of electronic approval.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our demo today of WorkFlow AnyWare, one of the products of the AnyWare Apps line. WorkFlow AnyWare allows you to organize, centralize, and simplify both your company processes as well as your paperwork storage. Every company has procedures and policies. That's just the way we do business. And usually it goes along the lines of the company identifies a need, solution is designed, or a vendor is located where we can purchase the solution. Management has to sign off, and hopefully the need is resolved. In the past, this has always been done with a lot of paperwork. The first memo is written, it's presented to Manager 1. Manager 1 modifies it, edits it, it's presented again. During this time, perhaps we're accepting bids and we staple them to the proposal, so the folder is getting heavier and heavier. We are distributing those copies to all the managers. We modify the proposal again and again. We rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat over and over again. Wouldn't it be better if we had one centralized source of truth? That being that the need is presented on an electronic form. The form is accessible from any location because it's a cloud-based app. So if you have a tablet, you can bring it up. If you have a phone, you can bring it up. The form follows a set course for approval so that it hits every desk of every player that's necessary. The idea can be edited and forwarded all along the way. Bids and proposals can be digitally attached so that you can scan those in and make those part of the proposal. The idea can be implemented, of course, and then the process is stored for further reference. So if you'd like to know who the vendor was or who the approvers was, you certainly can do that. WorkFlow AnyWare has a better way of going about this. And we start with a form like this that you would fill out. And to this, you would attach a workflow so it would make sure, as we talked about, that it hits the desks of every player that has to be involved in this. This is a low or no code type software, so you do not need to have a programmer on staff to do this. You certainly can have, and in more complicated cases, you might want that. But this is basically drag and drop. And I did this myself. I am not a programmer, and it works very, very well. And punchline is that you get to customize this to exactly your company's needs. Now here is a screen that we took a look at a second ago. So this is a capital expense approval. We've justified it. We have the reasons why we're replacing it. We identify here what we're replacing. We have here the ability to insert things like calendars. We can insert pull downs like this so we can select which department in this particular case is involved. Down here, we've added the 2 bids that we've received so far and what they consist of. We can add additional bids to that as well. And then we can also scan into this document any paperwork that they've sent. So if they've sent a bid or a quote on paper, we can access that as well and have that as part of this. Now, in this particular case, this is a capital expense approval. Here's another example where we have a quote request. And so again, we've identified who put it in, who the client is, etc. In this case, we have a checkbox indicating that it's a new customer. And this is tied to a workflow so that it's going to, again, across every desk that's necessary so that all the players get a chance to approve or at least express an opinion about it. We talked about being able to capture this on your mobile device, and here is an example on a phone. A gentleman who is filling out a document. In this case, it's a customer service document and entering comments, etc., right from the phone. The other thing you can do here is you can automate your data entry and storage. Now in the center here, we have an invoice that's come in. Well, what do we want to do with it? Well, we certainly can put it, in the file box or file cabinet and store it for future. But a couple of other choices exist. That being number one, we can attach it to an invoice through our data entry so that we were able to look it up from within our ERP system, or we can capture the information through OCR, train it to where it actually fills in your, in this particular case, accounts payable invoice entry screen. And so by scanning it, it pulls in the data, it fills out the form for you, and all you have to do at that particular point, again, is enter it into whatever workflow you have for your system. WorkFlow AnyWare. It's going to organize, centralize, and simplify your data entry, your data storage, and your data access. So thank you for taking the time to see this demo. If you need additional information, please contact your sales professional. We would love to do a deeper dive and show you what is possible. Thank you for taking this time. I hope you have a great rest of your day.